guys, this is your Christmas training. I am going to explain to you how to navigate this weekend, and I will also kind of explain to you a little bit of how to prepare for a Christmas weekend, possibly having like a lot of uncertainty of what's going to be available. So the biggest thing we need to talk about is your meal plan. So I did do your meal plan for the weekend already. You should have that prepared and in your head of what is to be expected. So what I did and what I usually do, like if I wouldn't have given you a meal plan, this is how I typically do my weekend. So Christmas Eve, it really just depends on what your plans are. But to explain, I just realized how crooked my star is. That's the kids' tree. So to explain how I usually do it, I'm going to explain to you my schedule for Christmas, and then you can kind of navigate whatever your schedule is. So Christmas Eve, we usually just do a dinner at my parents' house. So usually breakfast and lunch is average, like my average day. So breakfast is probably going to just be a nice healthy breakfast, no carbs. Lunch, I'll usually do like a very simple salad, or I'll do a wrap, and then I'll make sure I have my snacks. One tip that I really want to give you though is make sure you eat a small protein stack before you leave for whatever plans you have for that night. And the reason for that is because I find that if you're full and you're not starving, so like if you starve all day and limit carbs, limit protein, limit food in general, calories, then usually by that night, you're probably ravenous and you're gonna eat whatever's in sight. So like down here, we usually do like a lot of gumbo and chili and stuff like that. That is really not the healthiest. So if I were to not eat half of the day for Christmas Eve and then come that night, I would probably eat a very large portion of gumbo. So the way you avoid that is you actually eat food during the day. I feel like that's a really big myth of if you have a plan for overindulging for that night, then most of us think, okay, well, let me limit my calories so I can save my calories for that night. But then you end up doing the opposite and you end up overeating because you didn't eat for the day. So it kind of defeats the purpose. You see where I'm going? So what I usually do is, like I said, I eat a really good protein stack before we leave to go anywhere. And then I'm just mindful. So you're probably expecting this super, detailed and awesome training about how, try to stay away from this food and don't eat the cookies. And that's not what I'm going to tell you to do. I'm actually going to tell you to eat whatever you want. So enjoy yourself. It's Christmas. It's probably the only time that you're going to have, like my granny makes these things called Sturmy-Knots. And it's condensed milk and chocolate chips. So it's not healthy at all. It's like 1,000 grams of sugar in one bite, but I'm not going to eat that again. That's not something that I'm going to eat on a regular basis. And the purpose of you having me as a coach and me helping you and training you is because I prepared you for these things. Like I want to prepare you for these options and these situations in your life. You have been eating healthy all month. Maybe once or twice, on the weekends, maybe you guys had burgers or pizza, but you're probably not eating cookies every day. And you're probably also not overindulging in rice and gumbo every single day. So if you've been following your meal plan, then you should feel very confident about Christmas and you should be able to just enjoy yourself, eat whatever you want. I don't care if it's hot chocolate with Bailey's and gumbo with actual rice, and you didn't portion the rice out and you just basically ate until you're full. So that's another thing that you really need to pay attention to is don't eat if you're not hungry. Don't eat it just because it's there. What if you really aren't hungry? Maybe take 1 or 2 cookies home for the next day and you can have it for breakfast. I mean, the point is that be very mindful of your choices, and I want you to pay attention to, okay, as I'm sitting here eating this food, do I need another bite? Am I actually hungry, or am I just eating because it's in front of me? Most of the time, we overserve ourselves. What I do is, if there is a veggie, then I eat the veggies. So like, let me kind of explain how we do for Christmas. So we always do gumbo, and my mom, I say we're a healthy family, but my mom always has a side salad for everything that we do. Thanksgiving, lunch, dinner, like whatever it is, there's always a side salad. So what I usually do is when I get there, she usually has, you know, a bunch of snacks there. So I like cheese dips and crackers and stuff like that. I like the salty stuff. So I'll snack on that a little bit. And then if she has her salad already prepared, then I'll go fix me a bowl of salad, eat that, and then I stop and walk away from the kitchen completely. I go hang out, I go mingle, and then if I'm still hungry, I go back and I eat gumbo, okay? So then I serve myself a bowl of gumbo. I usually don't portion it out, but a good example is I'll just put like 1 spoonful of rice, or sometimes I won't even do rice. It really just depends on how I'm feeling, but because I'm not a rice person. But let's say you just do 1 spoonful of rice and then you fix like the rest of your food. I mean, the rest of the gumbo. Go sit down and eat it, okay? Eat. Eat until you're full. When you're full, get up from the table and leave. Go mingle, go play with the kids, go open gifts, whatever. If you're still hungry, go have a snack. Like, do you have like a cheese plate? Is there a veggie tray? Is there a fruit tray? Are there cookies? Have 1 cookie. But my point is eat what you want. If you think you're full, get out of the kitchen. Move yourself away from that situation. Most of the time we mingle around food because it's like a mindless thing that we do. We'll sit there and we'll have conversations in the kitchen. And I don't know if it's just a Southern thing, but we'll have conversations in the kitchen and we just sit there and eat while we talk. So my big tip to you, fix you a plate. Don't just eat out of the tray. Fix you a plate of whatever you think you want, small little portions of everything. Sit down and eat it, then get out of the kitchen. If you're still hungry, go for the dinner instead. Go for the food that's gonna fill you up. So fuel your body, then step away. That's a very big thing for you to really grasp. And if you can grasp that, holidays are going to be so much easier for you. This is exactly how I do my holidays. I am teaching you what I do. So eat your food for Christmas Eve during the day. Eat your food that is on the plan. Stick to the plan. If you're still hungry, before you leave to go wherever you're going to go Christmas Eve, go have a snack. Have some protein, maybe a turkey roll-up, maybe yogurt, whatever I put on your plan, eat, okay? Christmas Day morning, eat what I planned. Some of you guys did not plan because it was just preference. Whatever you told me to do, that's what I did. So let's say you don't have anything planned. I prefer to have a very healthy Christmas morning breakfast. I'm really not a big person of like cinnamon rolls and like outrageous breakfasts, but that's just me and my personal preference. So try to stick to a healthier breakfast because most likely you're going to be going throughout the whole day. If y'all are home and y'all don't have any plans on Christmas Day, then sure, eat your chicken and waffles or a biscuit sandwich, but eat something that's going to fill you up. See, I'm not a fan of pancakes and syrup and all of that because it does not fill me up. Within an hour, I'm hungry. So I feel like, in my personal opinion, that's a waste of calories for me because I'm still going to be hungry an hour later. So if y'all are going to be home for Christmas Day, then if your choice is to have a unhealthy or indulging breakfast, then that's cool. Do that. And then maybe for lunch, just have like a salad or maybe keep it to like a protein and a veggie, something like that. If you're going to be gone all day, then I do highly suggest trying to keep your Christmas breakfast very healthy. And I say very healthy, but high protein. So a few scrambled eggs, a few pieces of turkey bacon, maybe even throw that in a low carb wrap, something like that to make yourself feel full before you go spend your day probably not being able to choose whatever food you want to eat. So my other suggestion for Christmas Day is, and I'm just noticing how horrible my chair looks, I apologize. So suggestion for Christmas Day is eat within reason. So if you are going to go to, see, like we are going to be gone all day for Christmas. And I feel like me giving you my schedule may help you understand how to navigate your day. So that's how I'm going to explain it again. So Christmas Day lunch and dinner, we're gone. Once we open presents and we get dressed and stuff, usually around 10 or 11, we're out the house pretty much until 9 o'clock at night. So I can't really choose my food. It has to be whatever they have cooked there, right? I will say though, I know that my in-laws don't typically have very healthy food. They are very big country people, so they like their rice and gravies and their carbs. There's usually no veggie. It's usually all meats and rice. So I know that I'm probably gonna only have that option there. And I know that Christmas lunch is my mom's side of the family, which we always have a veggie, whether it's a side salad or something, and it's not a high carb lunch. So I'm probably gonna choose a healthier lunch. I keep it to a lot of protein. And I'm not saying don't eat carbs. I'm saying limit your carbs if you know you're gonna have a lot for dinner because you don't have an option at night. So maybe for lunch, just have like 1 scoop of rice dressing or 1 scoop of potatoes or mac and cheese. Instead of having your whole plate of carbs, maybe just do 1 scoop of carb, whether it's mac and cheese, potatoes, rice dressing, whatever it is. 1 scoop of that, put a lot of protein, maybe some fruit, something like that on your plate to fill yourself up and make sure that you can last the whole day without munching on a whole bunch of nonsense. So I hope this helps you guys. This is how I've been navigating my Christmas and really my holidays just in general. This is exactly how I do everything. I say never gain weight, but I know that because it's Saturday and Sunday is Christmas. So I know that on Monday, I'm not going to wake up to a 5-pound weight gain. Now, you maybe feel a little bloated. You probably aren't going to drink as much water as you're usually drinking. So I would say it's safe to say don't step on the scale on Monday morning. Let's just wait till the end of the week. But keep in mind how you feel when you're eating. That's a really big thing for you guys for Christmas. Keep in mind how you feel. So while you're eating your food, maybe you overserved yourself. Do you really need to eat the whole bowl of gumbo or the whole plate of spaghetti and meatballs, whatever it is that you guys typically cook for Christmas? Do you need to eat all of that you put on your plate? Keep in mind what you put on your plate. People feel like I have to eat everything on my plate. So I usually underserve myself. And if I'm still hungry, then you have to physically make that choice to get up and go fix yourself more. So those are my big tips. I really hope this helps you guys. This is exactly how, like I said, I've been able to navigate my holidays and keep the weight gain at bay. Make sure you stay active. Make sure that you are still drinking your water and, fueling your body with choices. When you can make those good choices, make those good choices, because you know that you're going to not have control over the food choices at certain places. So keep in mind while you're home, it's time to eat healthy, okay? I really hope this helps you guys, and let me know if you need any further training or help with your Christmas. I don't plan on having my phone on me very much this coming weekend for Christmas. I really want to be present with my kids. But if you have a question and you already know like the menu, let's say on Friday, you ask your mother-in-law what they're cooking, or you ask your mom what you're cooking, or you know what the menu is going to be, just text me and I'll give you ideas of how to plate and understand the plate portion. That way you're not overindulging and you're trying to stay on track. So I will see you guys next